back to Absolutely Marvel and DC. Guys, my name is Benny, that is Sal, and today we're going to be talking about the rumors about Kingdom Come coming to James Gunn's 10-year plan of the DC Universe. Before we get into it, today's episode is brought to you by our sponsor, GamerSupps. Use the code COMICS at checkout. Get yourself a less chalky than its competitors' energy drink. Get yourself some sustainable bars called Sus Bars, because that's just awesome. And you can get waifu shirts, which I didn't realize I was wearing today, but hey, that works for me. And a waifu cup if you want to. I also want to do a little bit of a house cleaning thing here, because this is practically a daily podcast at this point, even though it wasn't intended to really be that. We're basically a daily podcast, Sal. If you're watching, videos are going to be a little sparse throughout the month of December. If you don't know, you're new to the industry, they don't really announce or discuss things in December, so Sal and I traditionally take this as a downtime. For me, I just catch up on 80 video games that I have backlogged. So, I don't know, what do you do, Sal, when we have all this downtime?
I don't know, man. I don't remember what I used to do when I had downtime. I guess I'll read, you know?
I was like, yeah, wait a minute, because you just keep adding things to your roster. I've always taken December to catch up on things.
Yeah, I will probably shoot more shows. Like, more episodes of the normal shows so that I have more time off or can give my crew more time off. Because that's the plan right now, is just to shoot as much stuff as possible and then be like, all right, like, from December, like, from the third week in December until January 2nd week, like, no one's doing anything.
Got it. So, but today, we do want to have a more actual discussion here. Kingdom Come has been a consistently talked about topic in the DC world. I do get pinged occasionally with questions like, why are you talking about Kingdom Come? The answer is nobody reputable has said anything. And Sal and I try, yes, we do it sometimes, but we try not to dig up rumors from unknown sources unless we could make a good video out of it.
Right, unless we have something generic to talk about. Like, oh, that sparks a conversation. Not like, this is a rumor. Let's talk about how real it is.
Right. So this one, James Gunn tweeted out. What was the exact tweet? I don't remember. I'm trying to remember exactly what he tweeted out. I think it was just the image, wasn't it?
It was something like plans or something like that. Let me see here.
Because he just tweeted out. Blue Beetle got tweeted out, but they just put a poster up.
Yeah.
I want to see the official tweet. I should have had that ready. Oh yeah, it was just an image making plans, and the image he showed is Kingdom Come Superman standing over the planning table with the Kingdom Come cast around him, which is an interesting choice. Now he could have done this as I'm making plans. Look at how cool I am.
Yes,
but a more popular theory is that this is the 10-year plan. We're going to get to Kingdom Come. So today I want to talk about how we could do that, Sal.
Because I have a different theory about that. Because I think James Gunn is a smart guy who knows the internet and knows how they're going to react, so there's no way he doesn't think that tweet would spark you're making Kingdom Come, not you're just being like, look at the Justice League. Like, it's me and my Justice League coming together to come up with an idea. No.
It could have been any Justice League picture. It was this one.
It was this one. I think that Kingdom Come may be either, like, not the next movie, but, like, it's his cleanup for the DCEU. That, like, Ben Affleck Batman will play Batman in the Kingdom Come movie. Henry Cavill will play Superman in the Kingdom Come movie. Jason Momoa will play Aquaman in the Kingdom Come movie. And
so your theory is that we're just going to throw all this Snyder Cut, not Snyder Cut, Snyderverse, not Snyderverse argument out the window.
Yes.
End this universe as it stands,
with the
and then he could start
movie.
fresh.
Yes.
That's not a bad idea.
I think Kingdom Come is like where it all went. You know what I mean? Like, actually, they're older than they are now, and in this, and it's like it's an adaptation of Kingdom Come. It wouldn't be like a straight one-to-one, because Kingdom Come is about, like, warning of the future, and, you know, it's
actually not even that long.
It's not. It's actually a really quick read. It's a really solid read.
It is.
But I think that making Kingdom Come into, like, this is where the future could go, kind of like an All Good Things ending of TNG kind of way, where it's like, this is one possible future, and maybe Superman goes back, or, like, one of them goes back, and because they go back, or because someone goes back and undoes it, or, you know, changes that defining, like, moment in their history, you know, Kingdom Come could happen, or not, you know, and, like,
or not.
we're never going to go there again. So,
Right.
we don't
Because
have to
I
worry
like
about
that
it.
idea of just calling it because the debate, moving forward, the debate is always going to be: is it in the Snyderverse or not?
Right.
But if you definitively just say this universe is done, we are starting over from scratch.
Yeah.
Here's the new beginning for the DC universe.
Right.
Then that'll help because I've been wondering that since the beginning. They're talking about a 10-year plan. You could just say, here's the new start. Here's
Yeah.
where we are beginning. But I mean, we don't know. We don't know what
No,
they're doing.
let's devil's advocate it and say, okay, instead of it being that we're going to start at the end and then work our way back, Kingdom Come is the end game, and so everything's going to build towards Kingdom Come. If that were the case, I mean, I think that's a little foolhardy because Kingdom Come is a warning. It isn't like a destination. You don't want to end up there, or at least, it's a hell of a story and it's a great adaptation. And the ending does have hope. It's not just like miserable. It's not like people going, adapt Injustice. You know what I mean?
Like Zack Snyder's universe felt like it was going to go in a very Injustice style level.
It was not going to Kingdom Come.
No. It was going into more of a Batman hates Superman. They're all like having instead of like, one losing their lover, they were cheating on each other and stuff. There's a whole thing that was going to be going on.
Yeah.
I'm looking through the comments in response to his tweet, and there's like a whole bunch of the crazy Snyder bros that are being like, bring back Zack Snyder. His story isn't done yet. Do this. It's not done yet. Bring him. Like, I mean, I said it. You weren't here for. We had a discussion about the Snyder universe, which I think Dylan finally put up. And I played the devil's advocate. I was the full Snyder bro, like where we could have gone. At this point, I really just want it to end. I want there to be because I think that's the problem DC had. You got rid of Zack Snyder, you did the Whedon Justice League, and then you just kept going.
Yeah. I mean, I don't think that Warner Brothers thinks they kept going. That's the funny thing. I think the Warner Brothers doesn't understand that, like, when you make Aquaman 2, when you keep Gal Gadot, you're continuing that universe. And by the way, like, I like those actors, and I think they did a great job, and I don't know what the solution is for that, but, like, just keeping the actors and referencing the things that happened before, that's in the universe. Like, you're continuing the universe even if you don't want to. And I don't think that Hollywood understands, or they selectively
Kevin Feige
don't.
understands. The Hollywood doesn't.
Yeah.
That's the issue.
Right. Like select people get it. And I think that's why like James Gunn does get it and why it's worth really looking at or thinking about the Kingdom Come tease, because I don't think that it's like a work of Tolstoy or we need to really deconstruct what this tweet says, but at the very least the tweet isn't just me and my Justice League are planning something cool. Like, no.
See, I thought he was implying that his 10-year plan would go to his version of Kingdom Come.
Right.
That's where I thought we were going to go.
That's a fair theory to have, and I think that's an interesting idea. But
or even like midway. What if his world's going in one direction and it's not going well, and we have Kingdom Come in the middle as the warning?
Right.
Like something like that's what I was thinking.
Yeah. The problem is that Kingdom Come is the end. It's when everyone's older. Like, you need to. You're trying to build or create a cinematic universe starring Batman, Superman, Wonder Woman, The Flash, and they have to be at the beginning. So it would be like if you wanted to relaunch Batman and you started with The Dark Knight Returns, where it's like, but he's old. Like, that's the end. That's his last story. You can't tell the next chapter of his last story. Kingdom Come is kind of like, I think it's a great jumping off point for the DC reader. You know what I mean? Like when DC fans are like, I guess I'm done. Read Kingdom Come. You're like, yes, and then move on. I don't think that you can like start with Kingdom Come unless it is it's setting things up or it's indicating where things could go. Like instead of Norman McRae being the the character that is the through line that learns things, maybe it's Flash, or maybe it's Batman or Superman or somebody. I do
think you could easily twist it to be one of the superheroes kind of running and controlling and putting everything together and stuff like that.
Who then goes back and goes like, "Oh, we're not going to go there. Like we're not
right."
Well,
and it'd be great. Actually, I like your idea now because even though I don't know if you fully intended, but like we just start with that. That's James Gunn's first movie.
Right. First movie is Kingdom Come. Where it's like, whoa, here's
2024, 2025, and at the end of it, we go back and we restart.
Yes.
You have ended Zack Snyder's universe. You have ended the Whedonverse. You have ended whatever they create. It's over.
That would be so good. Like that would be so smart if James Gunn's like, the first big DC movie I make is the last DC movie of this type with all these people. Like, Gal Gadot gets to be Wonder Woman, but like, you know what I mean? Like, but older, and she's with Superman.
But you know what's even cooler? You could, if you did something like that, that is how, if you really want to keep Gal Gadot and Jason Momoa and all these individuals, you do it. Yeah. Because you have definitively stated, we have reset. We are at the beginning again.
Right? Going forward, you know, and like, by the way, if you want to do sequels and stuff, sure, that takes place before Kingdom Come. But Kingdom Come is the end. It's the it's the PS or the
I mean, that would even allow the Snyderverse to finish.
That's right.
Like let's say 10 years down the road, Zack Snyder and WB make amends and they're like, you know what, let's just make the rest of your Justice League. It just takes place before Kingdom Come.
That you could you could release Aquaman 2, Wonder Woman 3, like you could still make those movies. You could still make those movies with those actors if you have like contracts to fill out, or if you just want to keep making Peacemaker shows, and all that takes place before the Kingdom Come movie, which is the end.
Yeah. No, I like that
think
idea.
That's the way to go, right?
Yeah.
Like I'm okay with that. Especially because it would be huge and epic and expensive and cool looking. You'd have
It would also be
Easter
the movie
eggs.
we need to bring people back.
Yes.
Think about that for a moment. Like, we get James Gunn's Justice League.
Yeah.
It's going to be divisive and everything again. But
Totally.
we get Kingdom Come.
Right.
It's like when they make a Dark Knight Returns movie.
Yeah.
It gets the readers, it gets the fans of the comics, it gets the moviegoers, it gets everyone. You make Kingdom Come. That is, even if you don't know the story, you know it's a big book in comics.
Well, look at the animated adaptations they've made, like The Killing Joke. You know, even if you're not like a hardcore Batman fan, you've heard of The Killing Joke.
Right.
And it's why they released it in theaters, because they're like, well, we know people are going to go see this because they've heard of it. Kingdom Come is one of the few. It would be like if they release, and you know what it is? I'll guarantee you, they thought they'd make it the Crisis movie. And they were like, we already did it in the TV. Like, TV already took Crisis. So what's left?
Yeah.
Like,
well, you can
Kingdom
still
Come.
do Crisis.
They could, but TV still called it Crisis on Infinite Earths. Like, they took it, and it's too recent in their minds. I think also they're like, Crisis implies reboots. What if Kingdom Come is just a full-blown epic Lawrence of Arabia movie? And then you go, what happens after that? Nothing. Like, now we start over. I think that's the way to go. And I mean, I've been advocating for a reboot forever, but like, we're dealing with a studio that is very okay with, you know, actually delivering to the fans some kind of olive branch or some kind of like, okay, here, you know, like this is the studio that made the Snyder Cut. They're like, here, you know. Here's a sequel to this. Here's a sequel to that. Here's this other thing. Like, Birds of Prey. What is that? Like, I don't know, but here it is anyway. Like,
that's been the problem with the DC movies. Snyder Cut, not Snyder Cut, Whedon Cut, none of that matters. Ever since Justice League came out,
yes,
love it or hate it, after that, they've tried this idea of like, well, what if nothing's connected?
Yeah.
That worked fine for years with Batman and Superman movies. Let's try that again. The problem is, we are in an era of making a masterpiece movie like Batman 89, and then that's all you need to do. We're in an era where you need to make a giant interconnected franchise. Like, movies are not the movies they were in the 80s and the 90s anymore.
Right.
They are interconnected franchises. If it wasn't that way, then we wouldn't be getting attempts at the Dark Universe. There wouldn't be the Monsterverse. There wouldn't be Knives Out linking to the other one. Like, everyone wants an interconnected movie series.
Right. What's funny is, apropos of what you just said, you know, like, movies aren't like they were in the 80s and 90s and stuff. Executives still are, because it's the same people.
That's
so
the
they're
issue.
just like,
That's
what,
the issue
everything's changed, and it's like, like that. This is the new game, and you can't just like. I think I've referenced this so many times in this channel, but like the line in Batman and Robin that George Clooney goes, "This is why Superman works alone," and it's like back then they were like, "Huh," and no one thought anything of it. Like maybe a couple of fans who read Wizard magazine were like, "Is Superman going to be in a Batman movie?" No. You know, never. And then now it's like, well, we could just make them. They're not connected. Look, Joker obviously isn't connected to anything else, and people get that. But like, but Wonder Woman 84, now it's just a Wonder Woman movie. Who cares?
Yeah.
And it's like, no, you can't just say that.
By having nothing interconnected, you never end up going back and looking for things.
Right.
By having a shield for Captain America and Iron Man, you end up looking for Captain America. By having Falcon show up in an Ant-Man movie, we end up looking for Falcon. By having Endgame have everyone, you end up looking, where is everyone at?
Right.
You know, and while it might not super spike Google Trends, which is the segment that he just cut out because I thought it would, it does bring in traffic of people looking for these things.
Yeah.
But by having Batman all by itself, it came out, it was a hit, people loved it or hated it, and no one talks about it. When we sit down and chat about movies, that doesn't normally get brought up outside of, I really liked the Batman.
Really like Batman. Well, and Batman's one of those things where Batman is so separate. Like, Batman and Spider-Man are, like, the two avatars of their universe that also could exist outside of their universes and be franchises, and are. Right? Like, you could make a Spider-Man movie and a Batman movie and have them connect to nothing, and you have, and they've both been huge phenomenons. So, like, those two characters work in that way. But that's why they're so powerful, because, oh, sure, we've been making those movies for decades now. But
the spike that I just saw was Superman in Black Adam.
Right.
Which made people look for Superman.
Exactly.
That's my point. Yeah.
But use those IPs to bring up other characters, or at least raise awareness of your brand. So it's like, when you have the Batman movie, cool, another Batman movie, and everyone went to see it, and everybody enjoyed it, but for the most part, and that's all you're gonna get. But if Superman showed up at the end, like you said, spike of Superman, conversations about it, maybe some speculation, the conversation keeps going.
Yeah.
It's like the
That's
Netflix
exactly
effect
what
of, like,
it is.
Don't release Stranger Things all at once. No one's gonna talk about it for more than a week.
Yeah. Oh, that's the issue with Stranger. Like, I love Stranger Things, but we all just stopped talking about it a week later.
Exactly.
Like, what if Batman had been like, while he was like doing his whole thing?
Yeah.
He came back home and on the desk there was a letter.
Right.
And it was from Clark Kent. Or it was, you know, something involving the League or something like that. I know he's early, so it had to like tie into how early that is.
Exactly. But, you know, like we've talked about the Batman, but the idea that like Batman becomes a hero at the end, and so that's when Superman is like, "Hey, you're actually cool." I thought I had to take you down, but it turns out you're actually like a hero. Yeah. That would be cool. And the problem is though, and I'll be willing to admit, you know, I think Matt Reeves had nothing to do with it, and he wants nothing to do with that kind of shared universe thing. But like, you could tell DC was also like, I don't know who Superman is, so like, let's not even go there. Yeah. But if they had all their ducks in a row, it could have been a great conversation to impart on the culture, to be like, yo, where's this going? What's this doing? Like,
what would have kept the discussion of the Batman going forward, and what would tie into this whole Kingdom Come thing and everything else we talk about, would have made sense if we had basically Batman ended. I think we've mentioned this before, but what if on the news it was heroes showing up to save with a question mark? Yeah. And it was the falling of Gotham City that brought Superman and Aquaman out. And you just see silhouettes doing their thing.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they did that. That worked in, was it Batman vs. Superman? When they had all the monitors, all the characters, and everybody's like, whoa, we're on the monitors.
We all made fun of him already logoing everyone, but we still talked about it.
Yes. That was silly, but also, like, a good move. And it also indicated, like, we've got a plan. Like, we did our Batman Superman movie, and now we're going to do an Aquaman, a Flash, a Wonder Woman. Like, okay, you got plans. And it's like, they were not successful, but not because...
That's why we were all excited back then, because it was like, oh, okay, well, it can all still come together. It can all still come together. And that's why I agree. I think Kingdom Come could be the end of the 10-year plan, middle of the 10-year plan. We could start the 10-year plan with it. Like,
because a 10-year plan...
Because we need people to come back. That's the point we're trying to get with all of it. We need people to come back to a DC movie. Yeah. Because Black Adam was good. Yeah. I liked it.
It was fine.
But it also, and I didn't think it would, do gangbuster numbers. It still did like 400 million, and The Rock's over here like, yeah, our little indie film. Like, dude, it did... just under half a billion dollars. Like, calm the hell down. I'm sorry that your Black Adam movie didn't make $1 billion. I didn't think it would. Why did you think it would?
Because I'm me. I should make $1 billion. I'm a billionaire. Like, okay.
The sequel to Black Panther versus Black Adam's premiere debut, where they kept secret Superman was in it.
Yeah.
Can we talk about that for 1 second? Why does Warner Brothers not want to ever tell us when Superman's in a movie?
I don't know.
Because they did the same shit in Justice League. Remember that? They did the whole press tour.
Oh, yeah, with no images?
But no Superman.
I don't know. I had a theory back when, like, Superman Returns did poorly that, like, DC / Warner Brothers secretly hates Superman. Because, like, everybody always compares everything to Superman. Superman's always, like, the analog. Spider-Man, the movie, makes 2 superhero references, and one of them is Superman twice. Like, Superman is the reference point. Kevin Feige keeps saying, like, remember in the beginning he was like, oh, I make everybody watch Superman the movie because it's like the apex. And it's like, I can imagine Warner Brothers having this kind of like secret resentment of the character / world where they're like, oh yeah? You like him so much, how come you don't go see his movies? Boo! No. I don't know. I get this feeling that they're like, it's not necessarily all about Henry Cavill, it's about them being like, I hate that we own like the modern myth of America because it puts us in an awkward position of not knowing how to make a movie about him.
Right.
And I mean, like, what a terrible problem to have, Warner Brothers. But I genuinely think there's something personal going on with Superman and Warner Brothers where they're like, I hate this character and I don't know what to do with him. Like, it would be like if you told like an edgy 13-year-old boy like, I'm gonna let you write a comic book, but it has to be about Superman. They're like, oh damn it, I wanted like Spawn or something. You know, I wanted a character that really appeals to my sensibilities as an edgy 13-year-old incel. And it's like, oh well, that's not gonna work for you. Superman isn't gonna appeal to you. I don't know, but
I'm excited about the Superman reboot. I mean, completely off topic, but
it's
something I can kind of jump back into. I have not liked anything they've done with him since Bendis took over.
No, I did like the
Bendis
new book.
Onward. I've not been a part of. Like,
I've been off. Yeah, I read the Man of Steel series, and I'm like, no thanks.
But anyway, I think we've gone on 80 tangents. To conclude this and bring it back around, if there is even a hint at a Kingdom Come movie, are you excited?
Hell yeah. I don't. I think if this was 5-6 years ago, it would have been like, it'll make $1 billion. But like, it won't. But it's such a big deal. Like, it should be a big deal, and it would be really cool to see. And from the costumes to the direction of the characters to the execution. I mean, even if it's like only 45% like Kingdom Come, it'll be awesome. I mean, the ending of Kingdom Come and the lesson that is learned and the execution thereof could be so powerful. And I'd be really okay with like Jason Momoa and Ben Affleck and Henry Cavill and Gal Gadot and like bring everybody in with one exception because they may not be out of prison by then. But, but everybody else, it'd be a really cool story. And, I don't know, especially with the budgets and the CG we have, like we could actually make that movie happen now.
Yeah, I do want to clarify something because somebody in our chat brought it up, but just in case anyone in our comments are saying that they haven't set up Kingdom Come. No. I want to clarify, Kingdom Come doesn't have a setup.
Yeah, what? Kingdom Come is an Elseworlds book that comes out of nowhere. It's just a book that was like, here's everything.
There's no setup. Kingdom Come, and that's why I think it could work as the reboot or the end of the plan, because you could turn it into a setup movie.
Yeah.
You could do it. Kingdom Come isn't linked to anything. It's not like Injustice where it's like a separate universe, so we got a whole chain to it.
Yeah, no.
It's not a part of the main universe. It's its own story. It was like it was kind of like Killing Joke. It was like
it was an Elseworlds book. It was literally just like
Mark Waid. It was just Mark Waid having a fun idea that they ran with.
Yeah, no.
That's all it was.
Kingdom Come was just like the only context you needed was, do you know any of these characters?
Yeah. Which, I mean, DC has been approving that you do know, so we could do anything with Batman and Superman, apparently.
They could put Zachary Levi's Shazam in this movie. It'd be really cool. because obviously, with Black Adam not wanting to be in any Shazam movies, and not making $1 billion, Shazam's over. So you get your Shazam 2, and then you do Kingdom Come, and you're done with Shazam.
Yeah. No, but that's why Kingdom Come would work so much because it's everyone talks about it. It's a great thing, but there's nothing that leads to it. There is no Justice League 100-issue run and then Kingdom Come. It's just all by itself.
And while there are sequels to it, they're not very good. And so it's like
that's why you never hear about them. Like, it's like Dark Knight Returns has 2 sequels. Bet you didn't know that.
It has like 3 or 4 sequels because of all the stuff. But like,
I guess technically, he tried a few others.
There's the Golden
Master
Child.
Race had some weird like point sequels in the middle.
It did, yeah. But the Kingdom Come is just it's an island. It's a perfect adaptation. And by the way, Warner's isn't averse to doing that. Remember Watchmen? Like they're like, here, just do the book. I don't know. 300. They're like, just make the book. I think that's
liked both of those movies.
Me too.
I also liked Sucker Punch though, so I kind of like Zack Snyder stuff.
Yeah, it's true.
Just Sucker Punch had amazing action sequences. Okay,
if Sucker Punch was 4 minutes and it was set to like just one dope song, I'm okay with it.
Sucker Punch for me is like a Transformers movie. I don't go in expecting anything.
No. But I was tricked because I liked 300 and Watchmen, so I'm like, oh, Sucker Punch. Yeah, I'm in.
Yeah.
And it's like, no. Okay.
Also, what year did it? Because I started to think where maybe my love for anime schoolgirl outfits started. Where did Sucker Punch come from?
Yeah.
2011. Okay, that's when I was going a lot deeper into anime.
Fair. But yeah, Kingdom Come, I'm okay with it. And that's my pitch. Beginning of start it. Like, Kingdom Come just comes out of nowhere. It's like, this huge thing. And they're like, where's it going next? Nowhere.
Exactly. Well, I never read the sequels. One sequel's a prequel. I didn't know that.
I know.
And then there's a sequel to it.
Yeah, and then there's more. It's like, and then they start visiting, and I'm like, get out of here.
Well, it's the problem. It's the Killy Joke problem. It became so popular they tried to interweave it into things.
Yes.
So
yes. Yeah.
I know there was a brief period where there was the idea no, Kingdom Come is the end of the DC universe. We're going to actually say that.
Right.
Kind of like Age of Apocalypse or X-Men was always constantly referenced.
Right.
Right. What if we get back to Age of Apocalypse, the 90s story? How about we make a new ending?
Yeah, we're not doing that. Or when they were like, hey, 2099 is really the future of the Marvel Universe. I'm like, no, it is not.
Oh, that would went off the rails so far.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
All right. That's a different discussion for another day, but it does make me realize I don't know why DC doesn't start an Ultimate line or a 2099 line, because Marvel successfully did it twice.
3 times. Heroes Reborn.
Oh, yeah, the original
Heroes
one,
Reborn,
not this one.
It sucks, but it sold like you wouldn't believe.
The new one?
No, the one from the 90s with
okay, I was like, I didn't mind the new one, but I don't think it was that big.
Sucks. No, no, Heroes Reborn was their first attempt at the Ultimate Universe, and it worked. It worked in as much as it sold. The sales dipped, but the money they made in that first 2 issues, comics have never seen that kind of money ever again.
But all right, we're going to wrap this Kingdom Come discussion up.
Yeah.
If you want to see us guys talk a little bit more about the reboots that Marvel's done that have been successful, and why doesn't DC just do that?
I know.
Let us know, because I've said that since the beginning. DC needs a fresh start for people. Yeah. You can have this long-running continuity, which is the problem they have with the movies. Give us a fresh start. Just start over, or definitively state we're continuing the universe and Zack Snyder's not involved.
Right.
Get over it. Just do that.
Yeah. I think that's a bad idea, but let us know.
I agree, but if you at least did that, we'd know what the hell's going on.
Yeah. Right now, we're in the planning phases. I get it. They're like, we have a 10-year plan, but we can't tell you what it is yet. Okay, fine.
So, all right, guys, we will see you next time right here at Absolutely Marvel and DC.